What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and I just got some huge, massive, tons of information regarding Diablo Immortal, which is releasing in only, I believe, 9 days. I literally have 2 pages filled inside of this book. No spoilers. And I'm going to share all of it with you inside of this video. Now, I decided to not do the fancy editing and to just have a discussion back and forth, me to you, with the information that I heard and that I was told, and I'm going to be giving it to you in the exact order that I got it myself. So let's get into all this great stuff. Alright guys, now remember, since I'm giving this to you in the order that I received it, just for authenticity reasons, sometimes I may talk about something here and then revisit it down there. That's cool. It's how I want to present this video to you guys. So first of all, the clan size inside of Diablo Immortal has been set. It now is 100 players can be inside of your clan, and if you don't really understand what a clan is, it's like your casual gathering of players and friends to do what you wish inside of the game. It's just a big grouping of players that are going to be able to easier communicate, play together, and things like that. Now, we recently heard that there's a new zone inside of Diablo Immortal. This is called the Realm of Damnation, and with any new zone, you get a new dungeon. And in this case, we're actually getting a new event as well. Kind of like the haunted carriage that we have inside of the game already, we have a new event right here. Now, the Pit of Anguish is actually the name of the dungeon itself. So that's the dungeon that you're getting in the Realm of Damnation. Remember, the Realm of Damnation is essentially hell. Everything inside of this zone you're going to fear. Everything inside of this zone is going to be trying to take your life. That's how it was explained to us. And the event is Hell's Gates. Essentially what this is, you're going to be teaming up with 4 people total, so 4 total people, and you need to kind of fight the demons and push them into the gates and close the gates. You want to close the gates. That's how it was explained to me. Did I get to try it? No. Did I get an idea in my head what this game mode could look like? Yes. 4 players fighting back the demons and eventually closing the gates. It's called Hell Gates. You get the idea. It sounds epic. And now, because of the new Hell Zone, the Realm of Damnation, we are getting another 5 levels to cap max level inside of Diablo Immortal, not including Paragon, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, up to level 60. So without me rambling, that means your max character level right now, max level, level 60. Now, the next one is really cool. Is it something that I was like overly wanting? No, but I know a lot of people from the community were, because I've seen people ask about this time and time again, and that is character customization. In the past, you had an option of 3 male characters, 3 female. That was it for each character class. But now there is a full customization screen where you can change how the eyes are set. Close, far, big, small, nose, up, down, right, left. You understand how these work. We see them often in action RPGs and MMORPGs, and you could really get the character class or the character that you choose. A lot of people will try and make it look as much like them as they can to kind of resonate with that character. Now, the cool thing about this is the character that you build, the look that you give it, will be in all 3D animations inside of the game. So if you're looking at your gear, if you're looking at your weapon loadouts, if you're looking at anything that's in 3D, it will show you what you built. In the game itself, when you're going through cutscenes and things like that, it's going to stay true to the Diablo franchise and go with the artwork that they have already created. That won't be your custom character that you built inside of those scenes. But honestly, character customization, putting more depth inside of Diablo Immortal, giving you more of that feeling like it's yours, it's a positive thing. Now, we talked about clans a minute ago. We also have Warbands, and a Warband is essentially your close-knit group of friends, and I believe the number was 8 players can be together in a warband. And these are the people that you trust. These are players that you are good friends with, whether you met them virtually or you know them from real life. And the cool thing is, there's a shared stash that you're going to all progress together, which means if you find stuff, you could find things potentially for other character classes, have it in the stash, and you guys can kind of share that stash. And I believe it's only one item at a time per stash. And if someone were to leave the warband, I believe that the items that you're sharing from that person are going to go back to that person. So they can't leave and leave you with any stash that you have shared. So a warband is essentially a really close-knit group of friends who are going to play together all the time, trust one another, and really just want to battle demons together. Now, I mentioned Paragon a little bit ago, and there is a new level called Mastermind, and it's at level 150. We didn't get a ton of information on what this tree actually does and what it looks like, but it is an additional level of your Paragon, going to give you more customization, and we were told that it's something really special, and that was kind of going to be left a little bit as a teaser, so we can kind of figure it out when we get there on our own. Extended Paragon, more game depth, you know I'm on board. And another thing that is so good regarding Paragon, something that, well, here, how about this? What the issue was once you spend a Paragon point, boom, it's done. You can't change it. It's there forever. But now you can reset your Paragon trees every 7 days for free. That's right. So when you initially spend on your Paragon trees and make tons of mistakes like we all do because maybe the guides weren't out or you don't want to watch guides, you just want to experiment, you make a ton of mistakes, you're like, oh my god, I wish I didn't spend my Paragon points on that. Well, now every 7 days you can reset that if you like, and it doesn't cost you anything. Thank you, Blizzard. Now, regarding Shadows and Immortals, there is another new Immortal activity. I don't know what it is. We really didn't hear much about it, but that's cool. More to do with those factions inside of the game is great. But there's something that's called a Shadow War. Now, when you're dealing with the end game events, when these shadows are fighting the Immortals and trying to turn over that reign, you have a bunch of shadows that maybe didn't make it to that phase. Maybe they weren't the best shadow clan and they just weren't the best dark house as they used to be called. You still want to do something. You still want to be able to participate as a shadow, so there is a Shadow War element being added to the game, which I believe is some type of a mini version of the Immortals versus Shadows. Again, this isn't something that I really got to see, I just heard a little bit about it, but it seems to be like a PvP element in the game. You know I love PvP. I'm all about PvP. So I can't wait to see what this looks like. Now, changes have been made to raid the vault as well. In the past, I believe Immortals felt like they were just having to be on all the time because they were consistently getting the vault raided. Which, if you're an Immortal and you have to protect your vault for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, that's quite daunting. If you want to go play other elements of the game, but you have to just sit there and make sure that your vault is safe, that's a lot. So now there are 2 time periods throughout the day where the vault can be raided for a total of 4 hours. So they are between 12 and 2 Eastern time and 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. So basically lunchtime and then after dinner bedtime, that's when the vault can be raided. And there's something along the line of 50 raids that can be done. And this is just so that Immortals don't have to feel like all they're actually doing is protecting their vault all day long and not being able to enjoy other elements of the game. Now, if you want to be an Immortal, you have to be expecting to defend it. Remember, I'm not really interested in the whole Immortal status. That's me personally, but there are a ton of people that will be. Now, with this being said, the latest count on Immortals, the Immortals, is 300. In the past, I thought it was 500 players, but they were talking a lot about it in this meeting, and it was 300 players that were going to be able to be Immortals out of tens of thousands inside of the server. And out of those 300 Immortals, only one of them would be the Immortal. Only one. So it's a very exclusive bunch, and there's going to be a lot of tasks that go along with that. So with that being said, if you want to hold the Immortal status, you're going to have those duties. Maybe you're going to have to sacrifice things you would typically do in the game as a casual player because you're going to have to do the big boy things and protect your immortalness. I don't know. It's just a different way to play the game. It's high level stuff. And I think that the players that want to be up there as Immortals, that want to be the best or want to be the #1 in the server, the Immortal, I think they're going to be up for the task. And I do like that Blizzard, though, is trying to make it a balance for Shadows, Immortals, Adventures, and just kind of make it fun for everyone. Now, there have been some set bonus changes, so if you have 2, 4, or 6 from a set, the way that those work out, the bonuses that you get have changed a little bit. And I think it was for the better, so you didn't have to have every single piece to get this certain amount. So they made it a little bit more lenient. With that being said, this next one is huge. There's an armory. That's right, they have loadouts inside of the game now. I've talked about this in the past. Blizzard has heard us talking about it, and they've made loadouts, which means you could have your PvP loadout, your PvE loadout, your Raid the Vault loadout, your open world loadout, all different loadouts that you can create so that instead of having to switch gear, switch gems, change this, change that, every time you want to change up a gameplay, you can just choose one of your pre-created loadouts that you put together ahead of time, and it's much easier to jump from one type of an event to another. I love this feature. Quality of life change 100%. Now, if you want to create a clan inside of the game, it's going to cost you platinum. Platinum is not the easiest thing to get, but it's not going to cost a lot of platinum. And as it was put, just from grinding the game for about 2 weeks, you'll accumulate enough platinum to open up a clan. Why are clans not free inside of the game? The reason behind that we heard was they didn't want an excess amount of people just creating clans, and then dumping them. And they're just being, you know, thousands of clans that have just been forgotten and that are just kind of spamming up the space. They wanted there to be, I guess, some type of a commitment to a clan. Not to the point where you have to pay money to create a clan, but to the point where you have to put in a little bit of a grind to get the platinum to create your clan. Now, something else that's on the radar, which is cool, was something I just talked about in a previous video, and that is server transfer. Now, this is not something that's going to be available at launch. It may not ever be available, but it is in discussion. It's on the minds of Blizzard, and they understand the issues that could occur if there's no way to get out of a server. If you start in a server and can never get out, there's a lot of hosts of issues that could happen there. They realize this. They're trying to figure out how they can do this in a way that works. You don't want server jumping. You don't want anything like that, which we see in other games. So they have to do it right. But I'm really happy to see that it's on their radar. They understand that something needs to be done here, and they're trying to figure it out. Remember in the past, we were doing our bounty board. Sometimes you'd run into events that you needed to do like a dungeon or something with someone else. That's frustrating when you're a player that just wants to play solo. There's times I don't want to play with people. I just want to go in and do solo events. And sometimes your bounties, sometimes your shadow contracts would require that you do this with someone. And you don't have someone available, you end up not finishing it, you miss it. It was annoying. Well, now you could choose if you want to do solo bounties or if you want to have the ability to do them with a team. So you're not going to be stuck having to team up with someone for a dungeon or something like that. If you want to just do it all solo, there's going to be an option for you to choose that. I don't know how it looks 100% now, but I like that, again, another quality of life. You're not going to have to just sit and wait around an entrance waiting for a friend to be ready just so you can finish that bounty. Now, we talked about clan creation, how it costs some platinum. I didn't tell you about the level. Level is going to be level 30 inside of Diablo Immortal. That's halfway to your max level of 60. But remember, the first 30 levels go a lot quicker than the 30 to 60 levels, so it's probably not something that would take you that long. Just from playing in the past, and this could have been adjusted, I'd say a couple of hours of gameplay. Getting to level 30, 5 hours maybe? I don't know. It's been a while since I played, and again, they could have modified the type of time it takes to do those things. Plus, depending on what you're doing, what kind of a grinder you are, what matters is, if you want to create a clan, you got to be level 30. And crossplay. We talk about how you could play this on your phone, your tablet, your PC, and this all kind of works in conjunction together. The way that this happens, the way that this works is if you hook up to your Battle.net account. You need your Battle.net account. That's what connects everything. So I could play on my iOS phone, on my PC, on an Android tablet that I don't really own because I don't have Android tablets, but I could do it on any devices as long as I connect everything to the Battle.net account. If you don't, if you play up to level 20, 25 on your phone, and then you decide to play on the PC, because you could play Diablo Immortal on PC now, if you didn't know, and you don't choose the option to sync up with the previous device, and that you want to go solo, you essentially wasted the time in that initial grind, all right? So make sure that you are actually creating your account and linking them all up to Battle.net so that you can use it on any device. Just log into the Battle.net and you'll be ready to go. It's important. Don't waste grind time. And the last thing I want to talk about are future plans. This was a little bit of a teaser. It came up during question and answer. It wasn't a planned thing to discuss for Blizzard during this event, but the topic of PvP came up. And someone brought up the idea of player versus player. One player versus one player dueling. I never thought of duels like that, like in World of Warcraft. And I like the idea. That sparked a discussion about PvP in the future. And although no information was nailed down, confirmed, or anything like that, I got the feeling, and I believe that Blizzard sees the importance of PvP and wants to expand on it inside of Diablo Immortal in the future. This is not something that's coming at launch. There is no timeline whatsoever for this, but even hearing that PvP is something that they're thinking about is a great thing to me. I love PvP. I think it really helps games maintain relevancy. They're sustainable for longer because it's player versus having to do things that the environment has to offer. So hearing that there are future plans for PvP got me excited, got me happy, and what a great way to end that meeting it was. So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. That wraps it up, guys. All the information we were just given, I shared with you. There's even more to come. The game's out in just a few days, and I can't wait to play alongside you. I will be live streaming, both on here, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Follow my link tree down below. You can find all my links. Make sure you follow me on Twitch so you don't miss out on me being live for Diablo Immortal or when I do the Immortal podcast. We do it both on YouTube and on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and if you're looking for a clan family, we are global. We are the Scrappy Echoes, and we are looking for you before the game even launches. Over 2,000 strong already. By the time you're watching this, we'll probably get 2,500 members just wanting to be part of what we're doing and involved in what we're doing. The link is in the description. Join the Discord server and be part of the Scrappy Echoes today. It'll be fun. Have a great day. And be good.